Hello and welcome to my video review of my 1988 Ferrari Testarossa. Well, I've owned her for the last 6 years and she's been part of my private collection. She's an absolutely stunning car, previous concourse entrant, and the story on the car basically, chap who owned her hit a post box, damaging the front bumper, the light pod, the wing and the door, and the insurance company estimated, or I should say the body shop estimated repairs to be around £20,000, and the value of supercars back in the late 90s was pretty much on the floor, so they wrote the car off. And the gentleman then subsequently got the car, stripped it down nut and bolt, and proceeded to rebuild her as a concourse entrant, spending some in the region of about £70,000 rebuilding her. And he entered her in the Ferrari concourse, the prestigious concourse, where she came third the first year. He then took her away, threw another 20,000 at her, and went back the following year and came second. And then in the third year she came second again, which she was a little bit miffed at, because she was clearly a much better car than the car that won. Since then, that was around 2003-2004, she's had two owners. I'm the second of those owners, and like I say, I've had her for the last 6 years, and she's done roughly 675 miles in the last 6 years since I've owned her. Very, very little use, but just such a wonderful thing to own. She, like I say, she has been nut and bolted, but we'll have a look around the car and I'll show you all the details. I'm just hoping it's not going to rain at the moment, but as you can see. Now the paint shop, he had the car resprayed, and she actually got resprayed 3 times, because the first company, he wasn't happy with the paintwork, so had her bare metalled again. I wasn't happy again, so had her bare metalled a 3rd time, and it was actually done by a company locally to me, who finally got the paintwork right. And I have actually met the man who painted her, and he painted it in sections, and the paint match is amazing. Obviously he painted them all at the same time. And the front wheel there, you can see the anodizing on the brake caliper there. It shows the condition of the underneath of the car. The gentleman actually owned a plating company, so he had every part of the car plated. So a lot of the components that are painted underneath, they are actually plated to protect them. So in theory she shouldn't rust. As I'll show you later, the various bits and pieces. The rear wheel there. She's the desirable knock-on, knock-off wheel car as well. So only one bolt holds the wheels on, just what you want on a 180-mile-an-hour plus supercar. And that wonderful back end, which is absolutely superb, phenomenally wide. Look at that. Great fun reversing and parking this car, although a lot easier than a Lamborghini Countach, which of course was the other poster car of the 1980s. I must say I did have a very large poster of this car on my bedroom wall as I was growing up. Rear wheel there. Just to show you how good the paint is, so I can get the reflection. Look at that. Absolutely superb. Really, the paintwork it's like glass. That's the only way to describe it. It really is spectacular. These cars now coming into their own, they're a real sort of icon of the 80s, and we forget how fast time flies being here in 2014 with a 1988 car, the Miami Vice Special. You can see the reflection in the bonnet there. Have a look inside. Got the full black leather interior, or Nero as the Italians would call it. Bonnet and boot release levers there. The aircon works, it's all ice cold, it's been regassed with the latest gas as well, so you don't need to worry about that. And if you see the mileage there, 23,175 miles she's covered. Wonderful aluminium gear knob, and the instruments there. I've got the overmats on here at the moment, but if I lift that up you can see underneath the car mats are as new, literally as new. They're just amazing. I think the only addition that someone's put on the car are the little tweeters up here, and they've got upgraded speakers behind the pods here, which the previous owner put on. Driver's door card, again, no marks or anything on that, absolutely superb. The sill, it's wonderful things, look at those. You see what I mean about the plating? Everything on here has been redone. If you didn't own a plating company, it would cost you a fortune. Under the front here, we've got more freshly plated parts. The proper toolkit, spare fan belts and things under here. As you can see, and if I put the camera down there, you can see in the internals, it's all as it should be on a Concours car. The centre pad, I have got that, it just needs fixing on. I just need to clean the glue off from the old one, obviously fell off over time. I've managed to source the correct part and I've got that to go on there, so that will be put on there. And just show you the underside of the bonnet here, how good this car really is. I don't know why I'm holding it. And we'll come round, have a look at that monstrous engine. That fabulous flat 12. Look at that. Now I do obviously check a lot of Testarossas in comparison, and I've got to be honest, I don't think there's anything that's as good as this. There might be one out there, but certainly when she was in the concourse circuit, she was one of two of the best Testarossas in Europe. So like I say, pretty much as good as it gets. Basically, they're two 6-cylinder engines welded together on here, so you get two fuel injection systems and two of everything basically. Spark plug leads I replaced last year, along with the rotors and the caps, only because I wasn't sure how old they were and how long they'd been on there. It's a funny thing owning these cars, you start looking for ways to spend money on them. I don't know why. It's like, oh, I can replace this, I can replace that. Fuel filter that. If I come around here, plates that. I mean, you can see how good the car is just by this chassis number stamped in that. Now the exhaust system, interesting story. The exhaust is actually polished. I know it looks plated, but it's actually polished. It took a man apparently a long time to polish it like that. However, the Concours judges didn't like it, and he lost points because of that. And yes, but other than that, I think that is amazing. And when you come up behind the car and you see that through the rear grille, it just looks the business. It really does look superb. Again, lots of nice shiny nuts and bolts and plated parts, as you can see. And just to show you what I mean here, underneath here, this is all plated, whereas normally that would just be normal raw metal underneath the paint. So it's just where the paint's chipped off there. So obviously that has to be undone and taken off every time you do the cam belts, because the engine has to come out to do the cam belts. Not particularly a major job, it's designed to come in and out. It's fairly straightforward. I think it's cost me about £1,500 each time I've had it done. And the last time I think was about 2 years ago. But like I say, I mean, you look around this engine, it's just beautiful. A real, this is what they mean by heart of a car. The rear end on this car is just fab. I just love that. Look at that. Since I've had her, I've kept her in a climatised garage, so that's helped as well, I think, to keep her as good as she has over the time. And the passenger seat here. mean, there's a lot of room in here. If you look at most supercars, you can't swing a cat in them. But in here, there's a lot of room. A little parcel shelf, or luggage shelf they like to call it, hence with the straps on the back there. Not that you're going to get much luggage in there. Although there is a Shadoni luggage kit which you can buy for this car, and I have always kept my eyes open for one but never found one. Passenger door there. I mean, every inch of the car, it looks like this. It's as you can see. I think the fact that it's been damaged and rebuilt is pretty irrelevant. Not only that, all the panel gaps are absolutely as they should be. Probably better than they were when they came out of the factory at Ferrari, because I can't imagine it was that well finished, knowing what 80s, 70s and 80s Italian cars were like. Anyway, that's my video review of my Ferrari Testarossa. She's going to be auctioned at Silverstone auctions at the Silverstone Classic 2014. Should you have any more questions, please contact the Silverstone auctions team and they'll be more than happy to help you. But like I say, I just hope this video has helped. Many thanks for watching.